What's up, everybody? Chaos Mongol and Jezebel here in the house. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and even Twitter, Mongo.
Twitter,
we're streaming on Twitter. So we're gonna be talking to Dom Kubrick today, highlighting the alumni of Santino Brothers Wrestling. So it's gonna be a good show today. I guess we were supposed to jump on a little earlier. I looked at the clock and I was like, "Oh, geez, it's go time."
In the middle of the day, so we made it for go time. That's all that counts.
Yes,
right? We made it for go time.
Yeah. So, Kenny Marquez, what's up, Joey? What's up, Kenny Marquez? El Monte represent, right?
Hi, Kenny.
What's up, Kenny?
Hi, Adnan. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Keith. Damn.
Yeah, Kenny Marquez. Adnan is in the house. Good seeing you, Adnan. My friend Charlie Wu, what's up, Charlie Wu?
Our last guest,
Keith is in the house. Good seeing you, my friend.
Keith is XPW, right? Like
Keith's,
way back.
I don't know. You were taking the orders, so you should probably know. That's why you knew the name. That's why you know the name,
I know
isn't
the
it?
name, yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we got Jake Atlas watching all the way from Florida. Yeah, so good seeing him.
The only state that's open right now during COVID.
Gaius Tantalas is in the house. Good seeing this guy. Pete, good old Pete. How do you say his last name, right?
I still think
Therese?
It's Trey
Reese, yeah.
Trey Reese.
All right. So, hey, you know what, man? The guy walked. Hey, I was actually wondering, man, Kenny Marquez is watching for the first time. Like, oh, of course he's watching. Dom Kubrick is in the house. Dom Kubrick is actually in the green room. So I say, let's go ahead and bring him in. Before we bring him in, you know what? Keith says, yeah, Hollywood Keith. That's him.
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah, Hollywood Keith. The voice.
The voice.
The voice. That's
that,
with me,
yes.
Supreme. And yeah, the voice. Alyssa Marino's in the house. Good seeing you.
Hey.
And JoJo, Blue's in the house. Good seeing you, Joe. All right. Well, you know what? We already have Dom Kubrick in the house. So let's go ahead and... You want to bring him in? You want to bring him on?
Bring him on.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
Do it.
Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Tom's coming in. Oh, and we are in the house with Dom Kubrick. How are you, my friend? You know, I don't even have this thing all set up. Let me get it all set up for Dom. Everyone had it all nice and perfect. There we go. There's his name.
And I like how he has like the shadowy face.
The
He's
shadow.
For that deep, dark, macabre look.
Hey, man. What's up, Dom? How are you doing, my friend?
I'm fine. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but you know, I'm doing fine. How about you?
Doing good, you know. Hey, right, you know, in quarantine, in COVID, like my grandfather says, you know, I always ask him, "How you doing, Grandpa?" You know, I'm just trying to survive, and that's my answer. I'm just trying to survive, Dom.
Yep.
I feel you, just like you, my friend.
Exactly.
Hey, thank you for joining us today on the podcast. Really appreciate you coming on with Jezebel and Mongo. And we wanted to definitely highlight the alumni of Santino Brothers and definitely get you on and talk to you. I got a whole list, but yeah, we definitely have to have Dom Kubrick on the line. So good having you, my friend.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Hey, so you know, I wanted to ask you, man, have you been staying in shape? Have you been working out? Have you been like you got a gym to go to? Or are you lifting like you filling coffee cans up with water? What's going on here?
So the first time everything closed down, I was shit out of luck. I had nothing, so I did home workouts, and that could only go so far and only do so much. And then you know, gyms reopened, and I was a little on the edge, or a little on the fence about that. So, but you know, I was still going. I went to the gyms after you know some consideration. I went back to the gyms, and then the lockdown happened again. And as soon as they announced it, I ran to, I think it was Big Five, and I just bought a bench press. So I've just been using a bench and two 30-pound dumbbells, and whatever else I can use. But that's about it. I've been trying to stay in shape. I've been doing a good job, I'd say, but not as good as I'd hope.
Right, probably get a sandbag. Get a
Yeah.
sandbag, right? So when you wrestle Coach Chaos, and I want to sandbag your ass and I jump, right? Then you'll be prepared. I think that would probably be a great tool to utilize. Getting back into it. What about for cardio? What are you doing for cardio, right? Because I always love that. Cardio. I never really did cardio. I just got in the ring. That's all I ever used to do, was just get in the ring. You know what I mean? Get in the ring and wrestle for an hour, and man, there's nothing like it. So what are you doing right now for cardio?
Cardio, just there's a trail not too far from my house, so it's about 2 miles, or about 2.5 miles going one way, and so about 5 miles back and forth. But yeah, I've been just taking that trail, and then after a while that gets kind of old, so I've been trying to make my own trails, just taking the streets or whatever, going through alleyways or residential areas, just because I get tired of taking the same streets and seeing the same people. It gets tiring after a while.
I totally know what you mean. You know what me and Jezebel have been doing? You know what we've been doing? Like, really, like, there's nothing to do. I don't know how everybody else got it, but out here in Los Angeles, because I can't even speak for California.
Yeah.
But out here in LA, like, what we've been doing is, like, we'll drive to some obscure place and then say, we're not going to take the freeways back. We're going to try to figure out how to get back on the streets. Like, just trying to, like, do something
we're
different.
Trying to kill time and get out of the house.
Yeah, just trying to kill time. But we've been learning the city.
Yes.
You dump me off on any freeway and I know exactly how to get home now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I totally feel you. Exactly what you're talking about, taking different routes, doing something different. Because it's been a rough year, with this COVID and everything. I hope with the vaccines, everything is gonna hopefully start changing out here in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Are you gonna take the vaccine, Dom?
Yeah. If I can, I'm waiting for my opportunity. I'll take it.
Well, our age group, it's you youngsters, but I still fit in that age group. Is end of May to early June is when we should be getting it.
Yeah. So I'm with you. Like, I'm ready to try to figure out how to go back. I figure that they got this vaccine and they're going to throw some other bullshit at us. So yeah, that's for one strand. There's 14 other strands that we need to figure out. And so, but I'm like, I'm done waiting. I gotta figure it out and get going again. So
Wrestling masks.
Yeah, wrestling. So I totally have. I've been trying to. I mean, you missed the ring. Have you been able to get to a ring lately? I mean, have you been able to get in the ring as much as you want to, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, I've been able to get to a ring for the past, I don't know, month and a half, I'd say. Me, Lucas, and Alonzo, we've just been going to Inoki. Or like,
yeah, I've been doing that too. I was trying to get you and Lucas in so we can get in there with Boogie and roll around, because I got to be honest, like, it's my drug. I need it. I kind of need it. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I've been on the look right now this whole month looking for a building. We've actually went out and seen some buildings. And just want to kind of get a ring set up and ready to go and then waiting for the green light, I guess, right? Waiting for the green light, to open up and get back to training. But I would figure that, with some of the alumni that we have, we'd get in there and start rolling around, So that's what I'm working on. And I know that there's a lot of guys kind of waiting for a ring to get to and just trying to get back to some kind of normalcy of some sorts,
normal
for a while.
We're trying to get our ring cardio with Willie has some drills like in his back pocket, and I can run it all day, and the second we get in that ring, it's something else. It's just completely different to what I'm used to, and I keep trying to okay, let me amp up my speed when I'm on the trail. Maybe that'll help it. No.
Nothing like being in the ring.
Maybe the best I've ever figured out, like something that's training wise, is what we do is with the circuit training.
Yeah.
You know, 45 seconds on, 45 seconds on, and then definitely changing the workouts up, because some workouts can be easier than others.
Mhm.
The real stressful ones, because of what you do in the ring, is the only thing I found close. But I'll be honest with you, it gets boring. It does. It's not like wrestling, like playing that human chess, getting in there and rolling around for 30 minutes to an hour and not even really realize that you've been working out for 30 minutes an hour, because you're trying to figure out what moves or what holes you're trying to apply, you know, how you're trying to sell it. And it just, time flies when you're having a great time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So
Dom,
go for it.
I'm going to pop in here.
Hey, pop in.
So what do you miss most about not being able to wrestle right now? Is it the training? Is it the shows? Is it your deep, dark, macabre character? What is it?
You know, as weird as it is to say, I don't even know if it's weird, but just sometimes just taking a nice like kick to the face, or you know, just taking a nice shot, just kind of gives me that.
You know, it sounds fetishy, but I understand exactly what you mean.
I mean, 100%. I'm behind that. Like,
Yes.
You have to be roughed up a little bit.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't feel like I've been in a wrestling match.
Right. No, totally.
You know, 100%.
I want to tell
You
him,
know?
like, do it again, harder, or like, just, you know, give it to me. Like, I want to feel that. It just helps. Just gives me
Just
that.
makes me feel alive.
Get your anxiety out of the way.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I know we already got some questions coming in, and I see them coming in. I don't want to ignore them. So I want to throw it out there. We got a question from some guy. You might know him, Adnan Kureshli. I can't. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Kurishiet.
You might know him.
He says, "Is Dom willing to admit Dudley is superior Street Fighter character to Barlog?"
Who the hell are
No.
either of those?
Honda's the best fighter on there.
I mean, there's nothing.
He's not going to admit it.
There's nothing to admit, because Dudley's not better than Balrog. Balrog is just classic. He's maybe dirty, but he's a champion for a reason. He wasn't.
Hey, well, you know what, Adnan, the great Adnan,
The
right?
amazing
Oh, excuse me,
Adnan.
the amazing Adnan.
Adnan the Amazing.
Yes, Adnan the Amazing, right? He's asking a second question. He says, how did working with the manager Halston Body early in his career help?
Help him develop. Okay, no, he's basically saying, how did working with a manager early on in Dom's career help Dom develop, and the difference now without one? So what was the difference between having a manager and not having a manager?
So having a manager did pitch a lot of ideas. He did have I don't know, he always would come up with something new, or just try to pitch an idea. He had a lot of creative ideas just to throw them out, and you know, wanted to try something different or try something new, and that really helped, because sometimes I'd be hitting a wall or thinking too much, and he'd bring me back down, like, hey, you know, don't make it so hard and keep it simple, or just, you know, he'd be like just an extra ear to hear me, and yeah, he'd pitch it back with something else. But he did help me out, like in the beginning, especially with the promos. That was a hard one for me, but you know, I didn't have to stress out about what I was gonna say or what was gonna happen, because I never said anything. So he did all that. It's like he did the brain work. I did the heavy lifting.
And then how do you feel now without having a manager?
Without having a manager, it does give me a little more time to focus on, like, building a match. I guess a little more, I guess, on myself, rather than, so because I always wanted to include him in some way, because you know, he's there. I'd like to have him included in the match doing something. Like it could have been minimal, very minuscule, or it could have just, you know, helped with just an ending. But I really liked implementing him in the match somehow. But now it just kind of gives me a little more time to focus. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do miss having him around, like, as a manager, but you know, right now it's just me.
I was just gonna say that. Like, do you feel alone? Because when I had my manager Ryan Katz or Smiley or GQ Money, then when he wasn't my manager no more, I actually felt like, wow, I'm all by myself.
Yeah.
More work, right?
It's just me, right? Like having that hype man is incredible. Whether like right, and you might be a young wrestler going into it, and you might be like, "No, man, I want to be by myself. I don't need no stinking manager to bring me down or steal my shine." And then when they give it to you, you realize, "Damn, why was I fighting this?" And then when they're gone, you go, "Damn, where's my like GQ Money was." Like my incredible hype man and just hype me up. Everything was about me. Everything he talked about was about what I was gonna do. And I was like, then then you're by yourself all of a sudden. That's how I felt. I don't know if you felt that way, Dom.
So what was the dynamic between Halston Body and you, Dom? I mean, was he like an older brother mentor? What was the dynamic of you two?
I felt it was it was kind of a little how can I put it I felt like it was just very a lot of feedback between each other, or it was like dang it, what's the word?
Like you guys fed off each other?
In a way, yeah. Like he'd feed me something, I try to run with it, or like throw something out there, and he would try to build on top of it or reconstruct it into something, that we can both like either agree on or build into something better. I just felt like it was always just back and forth with something like an idea, and like try to switch it or change it, fix it, just to try to help. But sometimes he would give me some feedback on things not to do, or like things like I shouldn't do just because it wouldn't make sense. Like he was the one to tell me not to throw that kiss away. Make it a moment. Make it a bigger moment than just having it. Oh, there's the first start of the match, and there it is. No, he brought me back down to just say, don't throw it away so easily. Build it up, or have it right there when you need it. Don't just just bring it out and then go through the rest of the match without having that kiss, or just have that one kiss and it's over with. Just try to build to it.
Kind of like build up the kiss rather than just give it to him straight away.
Yeah, he
make it mean something.
Yeah, he really did he did help me out with that part.
Cool.
Yeah, that it really does help to have a manager sometimes.
Yeah.
Like my manager, I don't know about you, Dom. Like, did you ever feel that you couldn't talk? Like you couldn't cut a promo, or like, did you feel that way? Because I couldn't talk to save my life. That's why they put the manager with me. And then when GQ Money would just kind of shoot his promos, I would, I'd be there all day with him, and I'd start picking it up. And that's how I was able to learn to talk. So, like, did you already feel comfortable talking, or did he kind of help you, or what's the deal with that?
I personally felt like, I could cut a promo. I'm sure I could do a decent promo, but when I actually speak on the mic, it'd be like doo-doo or something. It wouldn't come out the way I would want, or I'd be confident, but it's probably best if I just stay quiet in the meantime.
Yeah, definitely like that. So, hey, we do have a question. Do you know Alyssa Marino? What did she ask?
Alyssa.
She asked if there are one or two movie characters out there that you would have channeled into your in-ring persona. Who are they?
One or two. I guess. Oh man. In a way, I guess you could say Alex DeLarge from Clockwork Orange. I'm not.
Is he the main guy? Is he the main guy in Clockwork Orange? Okay, so I'm very familiar because we're talking about managers.
So that's when GQ Money.
Yeah, GQ Money was all about Clockwork Orange. His T-shirt actually was like a ripoff of Clockwork Orange. And he would dress like the guy. He would do the makeup on his eyes and everything.
The
so
suspenders, the camera.
Yeah. So let me ask you that. Is that your favorite movie? And definitely your favorite character?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say 100% that's the favorite movie. If not one of them, but yeah, that's definitely a favorite movie. But
is there another character that your character is influenced by?
In a way, I mean, yeah, there's multiple, but another one would be Vega from Street Fighter.
Vega.
He's the one with the mask and the claws.
Is there a movie, or are you just basing it off the video game?
It's a video game, but the character, like, there's a personality, like, with this character. He wears a mask because he's just so beautiful that, you know, if he tries to protect his face, and if he gets cut, you know, that's him. But he's just very flamboyant in a way. But, you know, he's exotic, he's sexy, but he's very narcissistic as well.
Well, hell, I thought you were going to say Christian Grey from 50 Shades of Grey. I mean, shit. Don't get me wrong. I love your character, but you have to admit there is a sort of fetishy, perverse, macabre feel to your character, right?
Well, yeah, that's where I feel like Alex DeLarge would come into play, or, you know, that's where I take the inspiration, because he does find a lot of happiness and enjoyment when he's, I guess, getting into a lot of debauchery, I guess you could say, when he's getting into fights, a little more X-rated stuff he's doing, but he does find a lot of happiness and enjoyment and pleasure doing that stuff, whether it's beating someone or stabbing someone or slicing up their hand. Like he enjoys it, where it's kind of on the verge of sexual pleasure in a way, but it doesn't. It just feels like a little like he gets a lot of his pleasure from that, from at least being.
So he derives his pleasure from pain, whether it's given or taken. Correct?
Well, it seems like it's more on the giving side.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah. I'm still sitting here saying, so is
shocked?
No, where did you get this info about Vega? Right, I get Alex DeLarge. Right, Vega. We're like, was there a pamphlet, a booklet that you read? Is there a comic book about Vega? Is there a backstory, or is this common knowledge that everybody knows about Vega, the Street Fighter character?
I wouldn't say, maybe it is common knowledge, just because by looking at the guy and seeing how, like, if you played as him as a character in some of the video games, he just some of the quotes that he says, like when he beats you, it just has something to do with his beauty, or saying that you're an ugly person to begin with, you know, like he's just very narcissistic in some of his victory quotes. And there's been movies like Street Fighter, the movie, the original one that came out sometime in the 90s, I believe. And they don't go into much detail, but he does kind of have that persona of being, you know, very, very uptight about his beauty and taking care of himself. It's not much, but throughout the series, you do find like little things that he does, you know, in his intros, or the beginning lines of just whatever he's saying, his dialogue.
Are you any good at the video game Street Fighter?
Holy shit. Whoa. You're opening up a can of worms here, because this guy, the original Backyard Crew, every single one of them challenged Mongo to a Street Fighter, and he whooped all their asses. So that's why he's asking you. He wants you to say yeah, and he's like, all right, brother, let's play.
Yeah, that's true.
Much like anything else. Yeah. But then
you are good?
No, I said yes, and then I get my ass kicked. I said yes to Adnan. I'm like, yeah, I'll beat your ass as Balrog, and I got my ass handed to me. I said yes to Boogie. I got my ass handed to me. So I feel like I am, but I'm not.
Well, Adnan's challenging.
Well, if you're gonna kick some fucking ass, are you using? Is it with Vega or who's your character?
Vega, Balrog, or Zangief?
I've never even heard of Balrog. That must be Street Fighter 3.
Boxer?
He's the boxer, yes.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Is Street Fighter the one that has the green guy with the orange hair?
Yeah, Blanca.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I like that.
There you
guy.
go. So who you winning with, Mongo?
I use Honda.
Oh, you just do the fucking hand thing.
No, I trip you, I slap you, I throw you, I have my way with you.
Well, damn, that sounds like everything Dom likes.
Yeah, see?
Well, you know what we should be doing? Because Adnan over here, the amazing Adnan, is saying he wants to challenge Mongo to Street Fighter. So is it now of the Santino crew, is Adnan the Street Fighter guy, or what? Is that the deal? Is that what's going on here?
I think
you would say so.
Damn.
Really? You're putting him up there, huh?
Yeah. He talks a lot of smack, so I'm sure he can back it up.
Oh,
my ass.
A Twitch live stream Street Fighter competition tournament.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And Mongo's E Honda.
Yeah.
The chops.
Hey, you recently worked with Mongo and myself on Primetime Live, and you actually wrestled Dan Joseph.
Yeah.
What's some of your feeling on that match, and what did you think of that match?
I'm always, for some reason, I'm always gonna put myself down. Like I could have done better, or I was too gassed, or I fucked up on this spot. And I don't know. I take a lot out of like one moment. Like it could be something so insignificant, but I'll take that and I don't know. I'll feel like that fucked up the whole match, or something I did is just wrong, so it made the whole match terrible. It wasn't perfect, so I don't like it. But I'm not saying I don't like it. I just felt like I had a rather sad performance on my side.
Why did you feel you have a sad performance?
Maybe I just wasn't like, it's my first time back in a ring, and then my ring cardio was kind of bad, and that's ring rust, and it's, I guess I would even say being in this pandemic just kind of takes a toll on your motivation. So
Did you blow up though?
Yeah. I almost threw up after the match.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you faked it great enough because
Yeah.
it didn't look like you blew up, and I had no clue that you were throwing up after the match.
Yeah.
You
I went
know,
outside, sitting on the floor, just.
I totally get the idea that, like, right, we are our biggest critics, and we are our hardest on ourselves. But I want to say sometimes I think that you need just ease it up a little bit, because I thought you did a great job. I mean, let me ask you, Mongo, what did you think of that match?
I don't remember anything really bad, or else I think it would still be on my mind today, and I would have probably brought it up. Right? Do you remember anything bad where you want to address them? You don't.
I mean, that's kind of how I base some of these good matches sometimes is like, did you shit the bed? You did what, and it's rougher, there's no fans out there. And I totally get the idea of being hard on yourself, but I'm starting to hear this as maybe more of a constant from you, Dom, and I want you to maybe more so enjoy your wrestling. I get being hard on yourself, but maybe I want to say, don't be so hard all the time. You know what I mean? Learn to enjoy it. And I always tell Jake Atlas, I always tell him, he always comes to me for mentorship, and I always tell him, like, don't forget to have fun, because if you're not having fun, then you're not fucking doing it right.
Why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Why'd you get into it if it's not to have fun?
I get the idea of, I'm going to blow up, but like, I guess what I'm saying is don't be Coach Chaos where you're going in with all the negatives. Go in with what you get to do, not what you have to do. You know what I mean? I'd go in there and say, oh man, I have to fucking wrestle this match and I'm going to blow up. And I'm throwing all these negatives out. I'm not having so much fun. And I'm kind of seeing that with you. And I was talking to Boogie last week about that. I'm hearing a lot of like the things that I would hear about myself or think about myself. What he's telling me? He's telling me, Dom, I'm telling him, send your stuff in. And he's telling me I ain't ready. Once I get ready, I'll do it. And I say, man, that's what a young underachieving Chaos would say. And 12 years later, I finally submitted my shit. 12 years, bro. Fuck all that.
Now.
Yeah. And so just enjoy this shit a little bit more. Don't be so hard on yourself. And I get it. Hey, when you go do a match and everyone's shitting on you and Dave Marquez is like, I don't understand why the fuck we put this guy in the fucking main event because you shit the fucking bed. Then you go, oh.
Dang.
Right.
Yeah. Now let's stop trying to have so much fucking fun. Let's fix it. But I don't think you're there. And I think that when you stress so much, it gets in the fucking way of you doing your work. And your work, right? Your art, doing your art, like that's you expressing yourself. And
you have to enjoy the flow.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you do make a mistake, it's a mistake and you just got to forget about it, learn from it, and just move on. It's like throwing an interception. You can't focus on that when you go on to the field again. You gotta score a touchdown. You can't draw on that interception. And that's why you got to see some of this mistakes, or you just if you don't like it, you just got to fix it, and that's it, and forget about it and move forward.
It's like anything in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, why did you become a pro wrestler? What made you want to become a pro wrestler?
I'd always been a fan. So I feel like that kind of was the main drive behind it. Is that seeing I guess the theatrics of everything. Just first thing I remember was just Undertaker's hand coming out of the grip, and from the Buried Alive match, and so, I was hooked. And at some time in high school, I kind of dipped out a bit, and then it just got a little, I guess, repetitive to me. And then I started hearing about Bray Wyatt coming around carrying this lantern, some guy with these fireflies. Oh, okay, let me take a look. Let me take a look at it again, and it brought me back into it. And from there, I started going to more of I guess, like EWF shows. I started checking out like more independent wrestling, and I actually thought, like, you know what, I want to do this. I feel like this is something I could do. It seems very physical. It looks fun. I feel like I could do it. And I started looking up schools around here. I saw EWF. That was going to be my first choice until I saw that Santino's was a lot more closer, a lot more convenient for my schedule. And everything worked into place, and there it was. So I just felt like seeing all this stuff happen and it bringing back these old memories of how I used to feel, just being there live and seeing it all happen in front of you, thinking I could do this stuff. I could see myself doing this. That I feel like that really sparked me to go try this stuff out.
Who was the wrestler? Right, you talk about Bray. Was it Bray Wyatt? Who was the wrestler that you saw when you said the light bulb went off in your head, and it's that aha moment, and you said, "I know I can do this"? Who was that wrestler that you watched?
Actually, it wasn't even like on TV, because I was just more on a. I thought it on more of a smaller level, like, I could do this, even if it's not WWE. I could still see myself doing this, and if it goes further, then yes, I'd love to. But the first person that mainly caught my eye was Andy Brown.
Andy Brown. Good old Andy Brown, man. That's amazing. That right? You see it, and you think you can do it. And you actually go out and you go after it, man. Yeah. Speaking of Andy Brown,
found the question.
There's a question. Andy Brown is asking right now, asking you a question while you're talking about him. I hope your ears are ringing. All right. Andy Brown wants to know, what are some of the matches that you've been in where you've learned the most?
Ooh. I feel like I say it all the time, but some of the matches that have helped me a lot, or just really opened my eyes, was with Jake. Just because he explained these things into detail about what would matter most, or like why we're doing it. He gave me, he would critique me on, on I guess on things that I wouldn't catch at first, but rewatching the match, he would show me, look, why did you do this? Why are you doing this right here in our match? That wouldn't make sense. Like, or, I could have done it better, or maybe if I would have moved my body a certain way, the move would have came out better. Or like, there's just different things that I felt like he was able to critique me on that really helped, that I didn't catch at first. I probably wouldn't have caught at all if he didn't point it out. But I do feel like all of my matches have always been something that have helped me grow.
Jake's pretty amazing when it comes to leading. Not only in a wrestling match, where you talked about, hey, I'm going to the Doki Dojo and getting my ring time with Lucas and Alonzo, right? So you got Lucas, Alonzo, and Dom, right? And then the missing guy would be Jake Atlas.
Yes,
right.
The missing guy would be Jake Atlas, the guy, the almost like the big brother to everybody there. You know what I mean? The big brother. And he's incredibly amazing, and that, right? That's why he is where he's at. And that's why I love getting in the ring with him too, because he'd be right. I'm doing it longer than him, but still learning from the new guys. And that's what I love about wrestling is getting in there and just really. And
you learn from them too.
Yeah, just really learning.
You never stop learning.
Yeah, just really, really getting in there and just learning from everybody. So. Oh man, hey Dom. So you talked about. Right, you saw it, you wanted to go, and then you looked up the schools, you wanted to go to EWF, then you found Santino Brothers, it's more convenient for you. Now you actually show up to wrestling school. Did you show up to a one-day tryout, or did you come on the first day to wrestling school?
I came on the first day to wrestling school.
So let me ask you this. So what did you think, and was there ever a moment that you thought this is not for me, and I think I'm going to hang up the boots?
Nah. I always felt really competitive with everyone in there, whether if it was with Sean or Chris, Mark, Marty, like all the former classmates. Like I always felt competitive with all of them. That I needed to at least perform way better than even if it was just the exercises or just the warm ups, the rolls, the bumps. I always just felt I need to outdo these guys. I need to be better. I need to take everything better. I need to just outperform them all. Yeah. But
that's great because you need that competitiveness in you to push yourself. So you use them as your fuel to push yourself to get better.
Yeah, and once the class started dying down, I was like, "This sucks, but I'm still here. I'm still gonna keep going. I'm gonna last the longest out of all of them. I'm just gonna keep pushing and pushing, and that I feel like that really just helped out a lot. Just having that competition, it didn't stop me because I always felt like I can excel in this. It's tough, it's fucking brutal, but I can excel. I can keep going through all this stuff and keep taking it. Like, give me what you got.
Nice.
Hey, it wasn't so tough though, was it?
This is shit I never did before, but
So how many people started in your class versus how many people were there at the end?
I believe there might have been about 25, maybe 27, and the last two that actually made it were, I believe, me and Matt.
Wow.
Yeah, me and Van.
That sounds about right, though.
Yeah, I mean that's the mentality you need to have going into pro wrestling school, and not only into pro wrestling matches themselves, is that I want to outperform everybody.
Yeah.
Even if it's just in your head, you want to know, I know that I am better than everybody here. Because when you cut all the bullshit and you throw all the bullshit aside and you're sitting at home and you're sitting at the edge of your bed and you're contemplating life and you're thinking about your pro wrestling and thinking about professional wrestling school and all that bullshit's out the fucking window, you know the fucking truth when someone's better than you.
Yeah.
Right? You can bullshit your way all the way through, but by yourself in your room, sitting on the edge of that bed.
Well, that's where you can admit it.
Yeah. And so that mentality that you have, Dom, I think that's incredible. And I think that mentality is probably definitely what drove you to become Rookie of the Year. I think now Rookie of the Year and Santino Brothers is like it's kind of like the same thing. But it's hard work, man. It's not just given to you. You know what I mean? It's not like where people think, oh, you're Santino brother. Of course they're going to give it to you. Nothing is giving. Everything is earned. And I think that you having that mentality, I think you need to keep that mentality of, right? Even when it gets tough, sitting at home in COVID, right? We're going through it. A lot of us are going through it. And that's what you got to say. Hey, everybody's going through it. Everyone's got a story. I got to get up and figure it out. And I got to keep moving forward. And I have to evolve. And I have to thrive. And I want you to keep that mentality that you had when you were in wrestling school, that I have to be better than everybody. And you should be thinking that right now, that I have to be better than everybody. No fucking excuses. There should be no excuses. I get it. COVID is shutting us down. Fuck you. I'm going to make it happen. I will find a way through, around, or over, but I will make it. And you need to have that same mentality. It's I feel that you're losing that a little bit, right? You come on,
The fire.
yeah, you have a little bit lost fire, right? Get it. We're sitting at home and we're not doing anything, right? But we got to figure it out. It's time to dust ourselves off, get up, and keep going, because there are people that are thriving right now in professional wrestling, and there's no excuse that you shouldn't be one of them. There's no excuse that you shouldn't be on a national level right now, Dom. You know, wrestling your heart out, showing the world, showing the masses what you can do. You know, so I want you to just think about that and keep that mentality of what drove you through training, because training's not easy, right? It's easier to talk about right now, but it's not easy, right? And I don't know if I told your class, but I constantly tell the classes even now today, and I'll say, what we're doing right now, yeah, we want you to do 500 squats, 300 squats, whatever it is. We don't care if you could do them or not. We're just trying to break you. Are you going to quit? Are you going to quit? Because you know what? I'm not going to, if you're going to quit, and if that's the mentality you have, I'm not going to let you lift me up at 8 minutes so that way you can drop me on the hammer, because I don't trust you. You know, and I want you to have that mentality, because that's what life is telling you right now. Life is trying to make you fucking quit. Fuck that. I'm not going to quit, right? That's coach trying to make you quit. Or you did 300, do 500. Now you did 500, run to the gate and back. And you look like a baby deer running to the gate. But you know what? You're determined, and you're like, fuck that. He's not going to break me. And that's the same thing you should be saying right now, that life is not going to break me. Life is not going to bring me down. Because you have that within you. You have that power within you, and there's no excuse. And I didn't mean to make that a rant. I love you, Dom.
I love you, Dom.
So let me ask you, Dom, once COVID is over, or once we're able to start actually doing shows and all that, what are your goals in wrestling? Where do you see yourself in 1 year, in 5 years?
Oh man, I always like I told myself it wasn't. I guess it was a little after New Year's of 2020, like sometime little after New Year's in 2020. I told myself that I need to progress a lot further than where I was last year. Okay, even if it's I want to be on the whether it's wrestler of the year or most outstanding wrestler. Like I wanted to at least move up from rookie of the year, and if not any of that, let me get match of the year. If not that, let me go to PWG. If not that, let me just keep trying to get out of state. I had all these ideas I had all these different goals that I wanted to get. I had it in my head that I wanted to do all this stuff. If not all, at least one. And then everything shut down. And, you know, I felt like I never got that opportunity to pursue any of that stuff because everything just shut down. But that's where I'd like to go. If things resume, I want to get back on that track. It's just, you know, I mean, I could probably still do it now. I just took me some time to realize it or get the courage and confidence and motivation to get back to doing it. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's been tough these past couple months, or at least
hell yes, it's been
weeks. These couple weeks hurt me a lot, but you know, I was very much down on my motivation. Like, I had nothing. Like until I started going to training with Lucas. You know, he brought me back into it to, you know, hey, let's do some training, and that really kind of sparked something. You know, it dies down, but then you get back in that ring and it starts coming back and coming back. He gives me matches to watch, and I'll watch them, and here it comes. It's slowly building back. That fire's coming back. We talk about it. They send clips of little, either it's a spot or a move being done, and it's badass, and the fire builds up more and more, and you start seeing your friends getting a lot more attention, and that's like, hell yeah, I can do it. I want to get there. So it just starts building more and more, but that's where I'm at right now. Is I want to get back to it. I want to go out of state. I want to be back in that ring. I want to wrestle. Like 5 years from now, 1 year from now, I at least would love to make PWG.
Nice. I like that. I definitely see that happening for you.
Time is now, right? Start speaking it out into the universe and you will make it, right? You know where you started, you know where you are, you know where you're going to go, and you know that you will get there. The time is now, Dom. Like, right? I know it sounds like a bunch of bullshit ass motivational shit, but you can do it, right? And I get it. We get in our head and we have this thing, right? We have this angel on our shoulder and a devil on our shoulder. You know what this devil is called? This devil, it's called resistance. And that resistance will make every excuse in the book to stop you from doing your work, from making your art happen. And I want you to do it, man. And it's time, right? I need you to just like you said, you lean on the network. The network is Lucas. The network is the people you came up with, the camaraderie that you made with the wrestlers that you've been wrestling around. That's the network that's going to help you and rise you up. And right, we're all going through our problems, and sometimes people don't want to bother you. But hey, if you need help, reach out. There's so many people out there to get you back on track to where you want to go. It's time. And I've been getting in the ring with Jezebel, right, trying to roll around, and so Lucas reached out, and Boogie reached out, and 100%. I'm down to make my schedule happen to where we can get into Labradorito's ring and roll around because it is right. This is something that we love, and so I'm willing to help you and to get you back on track because you need to be.
Dom, one thing I would do is I would focus on what you're trying to accomplish. Obviously, PWG's down right now, but there is a few other companies that you could apply for, and I'll start sending my videos and start sending my resume to do it. That's what I feel like you got to focus on right now. Instead of focusing on just being kind of down, just focus on getting your stuff together, just start applying yourself. Like Kaos told you, the time is now. So don't wait, and like we always say, you might hear 99 no's compared to this one yes. So it's going to be some work. You put the hard work in as far as wrestling and training. Now the other part of wrestling is reaching out to these companies trying to get jobs.
Yeah. I totally could see him on AEW.
I could too.
Easily.
Yeah.
He's to that caliber easily, and his character is amazing.
And the reason, right, we're highlighting the alumni, but the reason I'm taking so much time on this is because I see the underachiever niche in you, and that's what I had. A huge amount of it's not for me. Everybody
has a self-doubt at some point.
Yes.
And then you just got to find that confidence to get you over that hump. But everyone feels it. It's normal. Now you have the knowledge, you just got to apply yourself.
Yeah. So let's get back on track. I told Boogie the same thing. Let's get back on track. We got to figure it out. Let's get it going. There's people that are thriving right now, and there's no reason you shouldn't be one of them. So let me ask you this, Robert Collin, fellow Raider fan,
except he likes Derek Carr. So
what's something you're going to miss about the quarantine lockdown when this is going to be all over? Getting fat without thinking about it.
I guess I don't know. I guess being at home, having that relaxation, or just whether it's video games or binge watching, it's just I guess having that time off, or just this time just sit and be on my ass. I guess I don't have to spend money and go out, or I don't really have to be at a bar or worry about going to a party or just stuff like that. It's just more, I guess this, I don't know if I'll miss anything about the quarantine lockdown, but I guess this, I don't know, having this time to myself.
Right. Me and Dom has probably spoke more on Zoom.
Yeah.
Than we have in person. Am I wrong, Dom?
Oh, you're right.
Right. So yeah. So that's something that I would miss if we stopped doing stuff like that. But yeah, I totally get it. Jam ask Hyde, aka Hyde, ask, what's the end goal? Like, do you want to get signed? And if yes, where? That's a great
Totally.
question. What is the end goal, Dom? What is the end goal for you?
Ideally, I always, had my eyes on WWE when I was little. When it was WWF, that's what I wanted. But then, new stuff starts opening up. Your eyes start seeing other things you weren't looking at before, whether it's Ring of Honor or AEW or New Japan. I see all this other stuff that I hadn't really paid attention to before, or even thought about. But I guess I still have, part of me still wants WWE just because it's always been there. But I'm not, denying anything else. I'm, if it's AEW, gladly, I'm more than happy to take that too. New Japan, Ring of Honor, I don't know. I really don't. I feel like I'm not a dead set up to one place. I don't want to limit myself to one place.
Here's my word of advice right now. Apply yourself. Apply right now. Right? Whatever you think the worst job in the world is. I don't know what the worst job is. Scraping gum on the fucking sidewalk. Right? Whatever the worst fucking job is. You cannot get a job scraping gum on the sidewalk unless you fucking apply yourself. Apply yourself now. There's no wait. Don't wait. Don't be a young chaos and say, I'm not ready and I'm waiting till I'm ready. Waiting till you're ready is going to take you 12 fucking years. Go now. Let them tell you, fuck you, Dom. Stop fucking contacting me. I hate your fucking guts. Let them at least say fucking that. But don't put it upon yourself that I'm not ready yet and wait. If you're saying the end goal is WWE, why don't you figure, let's apply now. Let's reach out now, right? It's like, get it. A lot of us don't apply now. We fucking say, let me get that 6 ab in there. Let me get a bigger chest. Let me get bigger. All right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do it now. Because when you get that 6 ab and you get a bigger chest and you get bigger shoulders, the office is going to tell you 15 fucking things that are still fucking wrong. So you might as well apply now and not wait 12 years like me. Don't waste your time, right? Hey, we're talking about my grandpa today, man. You know what my grandpa would always tell me, Dom?
What?
Here's what my grandpa would always say. Open your eyes and don't waste your time. That's what he fucking said. I said, damn, Grandpa, why you always gotta get me like that? And he barely speaks English. He really does. Yeah, he really barely speaks English. That's what he tells me. He goes, "Dad, don't open your fucking eyes and don't lose your time, man." He's 85 years old, man. He told me that today. So please, Dom, let's do it. Whatever I can do to help, I'm 100% there to help you because I don't want to see another young chaos not applying himself and becoming an underachiever because I know how easy it is to do that. So I want you to fucking take this and be like, man, these motherfuckers are talking about they're gonna highlight me, and then he just started fucking
Blasting me.
Yeah, blasting me the whole thing because I care about you, Dom. I really do. I really do.
And Halston Body wants to know, do you miss having a manager? Oh.
I do. Yes, I do. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. Of course, I'm gonna miss having that extra ear, that extra mouth, just to, feed me shit or just, listen to me bitch. But yeah,
I love that.
Hey, Jason Green. Jason Green asks, what's a nugget you could pass to a fellow alumni and emerging stars that have helped you?
A nugget you could pass to a fellow alumni and emerging stars.
Yeah, what's some good advice that you could pass to the alumni?
Always listen. Just listen. Be respectful and always listen and watch the matches. Make it make sense and try to, I guess, ask. It's weird. I want to say always listen, but at the same time, you want to ask questions too. Ask questions and always listen, I guess. But it's just. It's kind of a, you want to stay quiet and listen, but always ask questions.
Right.
Yeah.
There is no stupid question, right?
Yeah.
Once they stop talking and it goes silent, that's when you start opening your mouth to ask questions. Right? But if it's not silent, right, you can't listen if you're talking.
Right.
Yeah. So I love it, Dom. Look, we're coming down to the end, and I want to ask you a couple of things. I want to say, who's one of the most influential people in your life that you want to put over right now?
It's damn it. I guess in my life, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's on the spot. I guess part of me wants to say it's a little hard, I guess, or a little. I don't know how to say it. I guess it's. I would want to go to, I guess, my uncle and my brother. They really my uncle was the one who got me into wrestling. He was kind of, or at least he kept me into it. He was the one who showed me, I guess, the pay-per-views, and then he would tell me about old matches, old school, because I was focused on the Hogan / Andre the Giant store, and rent WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, all these different old school tapes, and that really kept me interested throughout the years. Raw and SmackDown would come on, and I'd tell him, hey, it's Too Cool finally won the tag team titles. Finally, I'd celebrate, and he would keep me invested. And my brother was always there to, be my tag team partner, or be, if it was in the video games, we'd always have a team, or, even if it was outside of wrestling, he told me, he told me that he was proud, that he wanted me to keep going. Just, he could see me going a lot further than what I'm doing now. He saw the potential. He just was very motivational, I guess, to me. He told me a lot. And, those are kind of the last things that stick with me. And it's a little hard for me to talk about. So I don't know if, my voice is cracking, but yeah, it's that I'd say at least my uncle and my brother.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. Amazing. What's your uncle's name?
George.
George. And your brother?
Mark.
George and Mark. Yeah, man. That's
my uncle's favorite wrestler is George the Animal Steel, just because.
Oh, awesome.
All that, the tongue, the chest, the mannerisms.
That is cool.
Nice. That's great, man. I didn't expect that for you to come out with that. But it's something dear to my heart too. Where you say your uncle got you into wrestling, man. That's I mean, we got that in common right here.
Oh yeah.
Totally, 100%. So, is there anything Jezebel or Mongol you guys want to ask Mr. Dom Kubrick before we end it?
No, but just very proud of you, Dom. You're doing great. Like Chaos just told you, just apply yourself a little bit more, and I do see you succeeding because you do have what it takes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, yeah, I feel the same way. I remember you coming in as like a kid, and like a lot of this alumni and a lot of the students, you guys are my kids, and I see how you've grown not just kind of like into a man, but into a confident guy. But with your wrestling, it's just, I see you out there, and I see the passion, and I see just the love and the freedom you have in the ring. It's like as soon as you get in the ring, you come alive, and just never forget that. Never forget why you got into it. Never forget the passion that you feel. Because I totally see you going far in this business. It just have the confidence. And I know it's hard, and I know you got to dig deep sometimes to find it, but just don't give up, dude, because honestly, you've got what it takes. It's now you just got to grab it by the balls and just do it.
Yeah. Thank you. One last question I always like to ask everybody. All right, so they roll in the vaccine, and the pandemic is over, and COVID-19 is behind us, and they put it in this like biofilm where they hold the COVID-19 forever to study it, and it's gone. And everything opens up, Dom. What's the first thing you're going to do?
First thing I do? I'll tell you what I do. 2 chicks at the same time.
I fucking love that answer.
Fucking Dom! There you have it. I think that's probably the best answer. The best answer we've gotten. Dom would do 2
No,
chicks.
you know what? That's the most truthful answer.
Yeah, the most truthful answer.
Fuck
So,
yeah.
Hey guys, if you want to follow Dom Kubrick,
chicks.
Or chicks, if you want to sign up to be one of the two.
yeah, if you want to follow Dom Kubrick on Twitter or even Instagram at Dom Kubrick, give him a follow and follow his journey in professional wrestling. We love you, Dom Kubrick. I'm working my ass off to get that ring back up because I know that it's therapy for the alumni. They need to get in that ring. They need access to that ring. And so I hope that sooner than later, maybe hopefully within the next 30 days or so, we can get it open back up. Well, not officially opened up, but at least for the alumni.
Right.
Yeah, at least for the alumni. So
Yes, let's clarify that.
I love you, Dom. Is there anything that you want to plug, that you want to add, that you want to comment on before we end it, my friend?
Follow me on social media, Instagram at Dom Kubrick, Twitter at Dom Kubrick, Facebook Dominic Kubrick. If you're having trouble, I know these are dark times and it's very hard to feel happy, but you know what? There are people that can listen. There are people that care, and don't put yourself down so much. I mean, it's hard for me to say it, especially because I put myself down a lot too. But there are people that will listen, and don't forget to love yourself, because that's so important. Just to love yourself and make sure you love others and let them know you care, because at times you never know when those people are going to be gone. So make sure that you tell your loved ones you love them, and make sure you reach out or ask for help, because there are people that care about you. Yeah, that's it.
Amen to that.
Amen to that. There you have it with the powerful Dom Kubrick.
You're amazing, Dom.
I love you, Dom. Amazing. Don't be a stranger to reach out. I will do my best to keep in touch with you, knowing that you're having a hard time. So I'm gonna make sure that I can do what I can to help you out, my friend.
All right, thank you, Joey. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mongol. Thank you, Sylvia. Love you guys.
No problem.
We love you, Dom.
Take care, Dom. I love you, brother. Hey, and you and I are gonna get in the ring sooner than later.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're talking within the next 7 days. So we're gonna make it happen, my friend.
Make it happen.
Yeah, make
Hell
it happen.
yeah.
I missed that. I missed it. All right, Dom, you take care, man. I love you, brother. You have a good one, my friend.
All right,
Take care. Thank you.
Peace out.
Oh, that guy's amazing.
Oh man, Dom Kubrick. That was a good one. I really appreciate him taking the time to be on with us.
I just love his realism.
Yeah.
He's such a down to earth guy.
100%.
I fucking love that guy.
100%, 100% the realism. So but yeah, I guess that's it for today, man. Is there anything you want to add or talk to the people about, or are you good?
I'm pretty much good. Just, you know what? Wear your mask.
Plug what you need to plug.
Hey, if anything, you know what? I'm pretty much unemployed while we have this whole we're trying to find a dojo thing. So go to luchagirls.com, because everyone likes being a little freaky. There you go. That's my plug.
Mongo, you need to plug.
No, I'm good, boss man. I'm good. Check out SantinoBrothers.net merchandise.
Yeah, SantinoBros.net. Hey, if I'm going to plug anything, I'm going to plug the YouTube. I've been actually back and doing some how-to videos, and just to let you guys know, yeah, we are looking for a fucking building.
Yes.
We're just thinking about the location. We actually have one ready to rock. So maybe we'll be able to later. It's just about the location. So if everything works out right, if we just decide.
But shit is happening.
Yeah,
shit is in the works. Shit is happening.
But
moving.
But unfortunately, I think really if you really want to think about it, this would be more like opening it back up for more sooner than later for the alumni.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're still in COVID restrictions for Los Angeles. Yeah, for Los Angeles, we still would have to have everybody test. And I'm just optimistic and hoping that with these vaccines rolling out, that we'll be able to open full-on classes come this summer. So that's the idea. I don't want to try to look for the building in the summer. That's why we're looking right now. So that's the update with Santino Brothers. So I appreciate everybody that's watched through over an hour. I've been what have I been? Oh, the Zoom classes we've been doing. We've been doing some match review, watching some great matches, having a great time watching, teaching the potential grapplers Yeah, that's all I've been doing. So I guess without further ado, for Jezebel Romo, Mongo Santino, I'm Joey Chaos. We'll catch you next time. Double dip.
Catch on the flip.
Catch you on the flip. Timing's off, but we got it.
It is a little bit, so we'll catch you on the flip. Double dip.
Talk to
Chocolate
you later.
chip.
Talk to you later. Chocolate chip.
I'll get it right one of these